Let's talk about a really hard topic to discuss. Some of you may have seen the June 12th surveillance video where a young man punched an elderly lady in the side of the head, knocking her over. She hit her head on the fire hydrant and was laying there bleeding. He enjoyed it so much that he had to look back as he walked away just to see the damage that he had done. The woman was 92 and the brute was 31. He is a registered sex offender. He's been convicted of child abuse and numerous other offenses, of 39 convictions in his adult life. I won't mention his name because only civilized people are entitled to be called by their names. He has been arrested 103 times. Indeed, he's so well known to police that they could tell right away who he was from the surveillance video. At the time he abused this elderly lady, he had 4 charges pending. In short, this man punched out an elderly lady just for the fun of it. He is unwilling or unable to conform to even a minimal standard of civilized behavior. Here he is. Why do I waste my time talking about the lifestyle of this feral lowlife? Because fatherlessness creates this kind of man. The destruction of the black family began sooner than the destruction of the white family. So at this point in our history, per capita, there are more feral black men than white men. White Americans should not be too arrogant about this, however. More and more feral white boys are being raised as we speak. Indeed, these last few weeks, it appears that we have seen more violent white men rioting than violent black men. The progressive policy, it's really regressive and depressing and disgusting, but anyway, policy of paying women to have babies out of wedlock began in the 1930s and escalated in the 60s. The more babies you had, the more money you got. In 1965, 3% of white babies and 24% of black babies were born out of wedlock. The figures are now 30% for whites and 70% for blacks. So, black Americans are into their 6th or 7th generation of women raising children without fathers, or worse, raising kids with various men rotating through mom's bedroom. And whites are in their 2nd or 3rd generation of producing young men who are semi-feral, dysfunctional, or, well, not even civilized. There have been 2 recent examples in the news of these kind of men, one in Atlanta and one in Minneapolis, who had lengthy criminal records and were resisting arrest at the time of their deaths. I will not comment on whether this was legally justified or not, these deaths. That's for juries to decide. I want to examine these 2 men's lifestyles. It seems the 27-year-old man had spent his short life being cruel to others. He had numerous charges of domestic abuse, numerous charges of false imprisonment, which is kind of a softball way of saying kidnapping, theft, obstructing police officers, drug possession, and the most disgusting, hard to wrap your head around it, cruelty to children. He had convictions for cruelty to children. It takes a real man to be cruel to kids. Oh my God. Okay. He went to prison in 2014. He had 4 counts against him, one of which was cruelty to children. Apparently he was released at some point because he went back to prison in 2016. According to the Georgia Bureau of Investigation, this miscreant had been arrested 3 times in May alone. So he'd had plenty of practice on being arrested and how to behave with the police officers, did he not? But he just couldn't behave in a civilized manner during that last arrest, and it cost him his life. The 26-year-old, 6'7" man, 6'7" man, killed by police in Minneapolis, was released from prison in 2014 after spending 5 years for aggravated robbery with a deadly weapon. Now, the rumor is that he held a gun to a pregnant woman's belly to try to force her to give him money. Prior to the crime for which he was being arrested at the time of his death, he had at least 9 arrests, 4 other convictions for crimes ranging from possession to trespass to theft. What is society to do with feral men? How are the police supposed to treat them? I don't have the answers, but I will respond to your comments on Facebook. I will be posting this on Facebook. And this is Diane, thanking you for watching. Good day.